Supine, hip abducted, end range of motion flexion stretch. Have the client lay supine, have their pelvis in a neutral position. Bring the thigh up and out to an end range of motion of abduction to the point that the client feels about a 5 of stretch. How much stretch do you feel on a 1 to 10?
4, 5.
So in this case, we're about 80 degrees of hip abduction, and that's about where most clients would be, at somewhere between 70 to 80 degrees. Matt's a pretty mobile guy here, so we're getting close to even pushing past 80 degrees of hip abduction. Once we get there and they're at about a 5 of intensity in that hip abduction motion, and we're not really focused on hip flexion yet. We're really focused first on that hip abduction, finding the 5, and totally okay for the knee to be a little flexed. Does not need to be fully extended on this one. Then you can actually use your thigh pelvis to drive their leg towards end range of motion flexion, and then check in again on a 1 to 10 scale.
5.5, 6.
So 5.5, 6. So we went about a 5 on the abduction. You could go 5 to at the most 6. Then we're going to go 5 to at the most 6.5 on the flexion, and that is the supine hip abducted end range of motion flexion stretch. And one more key point before I cut off here. This hand, crucial, outside pelvis, brace to secure the pelvic position as you're applying this stretch.